Okay, so I just put all the turkey and stuff in the pan, and I just added in a dash of sea salt and some ground pepper. Super simple, nothing special. I'm just, put like a little bit of butter or something in the pan so it doesn't stick. Put this over. And then you're gonna want some cream cheese. That's what we're gonna add in next. I know it sounds weird, but it's gonna be really, really good. So we're gonna add that in. That's gonna be next step 2. And I'll just keep you guys on here so you can kind of see the whole process. The cool thing is that like this is a really simple dish. So you're gonna cook this. The whole meal's gonna be done in like 10 minutes, and then you're gonna eat it, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is so good. Then you're gonna want to make another batch. So I'm making a really small batch because it's just me. But obviously you can just double, triple the portions, and then like you've got like a family-sized meal. And even this is probably a pretty big portion because like I'm not gonna eat a whole pan of dip. Like that's like a lot of dip. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna probably eat like half of it, and then in a few hours probably eat the other half. Don't judge me. Alright, so yeah. You just want to cook it so it's all just nice and not pink. Don't eat undercooked ground turkey because it's really gross and you probably get sick from it. So yeah. My pan is really noisy too, I don't know why. But yeah, so you can add a little bit more pepper if you want. You probably don't want to add too much because this chili mix from Creative Culinary Blends, it's really spicy. It's got like chili pepper in it, so unless you really like spicy, like I like spicy, so I'm going to put in, like I put an extra pepper, but you don't have to. You can just put a little dash of salt in there, and that's that. And by dash, I mean like literally dash of salt. Maybe 2 dashes if you really want it, but you don't need a lot. Alright, so while that's finishing up there, so what we're going to do next is we're just going to take cream cheese. We're going to turn the pan down low. So I don't want the pan on low right now because I want the turkey to cook, but we're going to put the pan on low, and I'm going to cover this up so it can cook even faster. That's the thing too. So if you're cooking meats, you know, like turkey burgers or like filet mignon or steaks, it's great to cover up the pan because then it cooks really well all the way throughout. Just be careful because when you pick it up, it's going to be hot. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare myself with my handy dandy heat bit. Practice safety first. And then I've got some fresh guac. Oh, and to top it off, the best chips ever. Yes, they have flaxseed in them, so they're good for your heart, but they taste like amazing. So I'm not gonna lie, I get a case of these every month, and I eat them randomly throughout, just like with stuff. So yeah. So what we're gonna do next, so it's really easy. We're gonna add in the cream cheese, and then we're gonna add in this. So this is only half a package because I used the other half already, and I ate it. I had to test it and actually tasted good. Okay, so we're just gonna add that in, and literally our dip is done. Like it's that simple, and that's why I say like this whole meal can be done in less than 10 minutes. So I absolutely love that. You know, especially if you're doing some fast. And what I'll do too is I'm gonna make some videos about great crock pot dishes. Crock pot dishes. Because they're a great way to kind of compensate for time. So there's some really, really good dishes that you can do where you're cooking, like you're putting stuff in there from frozen. I'm like, how cool is that? Right? Because who wants to sit there and wait? Like sometimes you don't even think about your meals, and then you're like, oh, if only I had unfrozen the chicken or the ground turkey, or I don't know what else you would put in the freezer, but you know, if only. No, you don't have to worry. No if onlys. But now you can actually make a wonderful dish from frozen. It can be done in 4 to 8 hours, depending on. So that's a cool thing. When you're doing crock pot dishes, if you take like a chicken breast meal and it's supposed to be cooked for 8 hours, and replace it with a chicken tenderloin, you have the cooking time. So you can cook it for 4 hours instead, which is so cool. I'm like, yeah, heck yeah. I mean, especially if you're cooking for like 1 or 2 people, you don't really need to cook a whole chicken breast dinner. You can seriously have it, have enough for leftovers, and be totally done. So I put in half a package of this turkey breast meat. By the way, 99.9% fat-free, like super lean ground turkey. You could use ground beef if you want. I don't eat ground beef, so I don't cook with it. But you could totally substitute if that's what you prefer. And just put it all in here. My ground turkey is pretty much done, so as you can see, it's all nice and white everywhere. No pink. That's how you know it's done. And even then, I'm super picky because I want to make sure it's super done. And like I said, I put in a lot of ground turkey because I wanted my dip to be pretty meaty. You don't have to. You could put in half that amount. Also trying to not burn myself right now. You put in half that amount, like I said, and it would be plenty because this dip actually doesn't typically have meat in it. I put it in because I wanted to make it a meal, but you don't have to. So, half of this, half of this, half of this. And this actually looks like this. Southwestern chili dip mix. So it's already pre-mixed. It's a bunch of different spices. Chili pepper, onion, garlic, bell pepper, cilantro, mesquite smoke, and a little bit of soybean oil. So that's what makes it delicious. All those wonderful things. Another reason why you don't need to add a lot of pepper or anything in there if you don't want to. Alright, so we've got our meat done. We're going to add in the cream cheese. And if you want to do this not in the pan, once their meat is done, you can actually just take the cream cheese and put it in the microwave for like a minute. You just want it soft enough so that you can mash it up. And so we're gonna mash. Mix it all up. Probably is even easier because a lot of times I make this dip without meat in it. But I actually just wanted it as like, oh, my friends are coming over. We're going to sit and catch up, make dip. Because who doesn't love dip? If you don't like dip, you're just weird. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. There are non-dip lovers who are cool people too. I don't know any, but I'm sure they're out there. Alright. So, we're just going to mix up this cream cheese. You don't want to overcook it. You know, obviously we're not trying to like cook the cream cheese. We're just trying to melt it. So don't like brown the cream cheese or anything. That's totally not necessary. You're just gonna You're just gonna mix it in there. We're gonna give that a second. Like I said, we're going to take this and we're gonna pour it in there. Like it's really, really super simple. And as you can tell, we've got this clock running. What time are we on? We're at 8.5 minutes, and we're like practically done. All right, so we're gonna toss this because we're all done with it. I'm gonna cover this up for about just a few seconds. I just want it to really get soft and mushy. I really like covering stuff just because it makes your life so much easier. Okay. So we're doing our final mix up. Try not to. You can use a bigger pan if you want. I didn't want to use a bigger pan just because I knew I wasn't making a lot. Obviously, if you're doubling your portions, you want a bigger pan, but otherwise, this little pan is literally like the perfect size. It's like my own little personal dip. Yeah. And we are literally done. Got this little last bit of cream cheese to mix up. And check that out, guys. Dip. And under 10 minutes. So get a good look at it here. Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm about to eat. Bon appetit. Thanks for tuning in.